God bless everybody out there.
True.
Cool. So like Puffy, what's coming up in the immediate future for the Bad Boy?
I love this question.
We got Big's wife dropping.
No
Faith.
doubt.
Evans Wallace, she's dropping.
Soon.
We also have some B-sides and some other different projects. We have Big's new album that's gonna be dropping in like September, Life After Death.
And I want to congratulate Craig Mack on his Grammy nomination.
No question.
Yes, baby, yes.
Cool, that's cool, and I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. Besides that, we about to just drop our R&B stuff.
The Puff Daddy album.
Yeah, what about the Puff Daddy solo project?
Yeah, we don't like to talk about that.
Hey, Puffy, you
We're
know
gonna
what
go
Jack
to the
is
next
giving us
video.
that single.
We're gonna go to the next video.
Craig isn't just another name in hip-hop. He's the visionary who saw the genre's potential way before the rest of the world caught on. In the early days, Craig understood that hip-hop was so much more than beats and rhymes. It was a movement, a cultural shift, full of voices and stories that deserved to be heard. He saw hip-hop as an outlet for a generation's dreams, struggles, and triumphs, a space for self-expression that mainstream media was missing out on. With this big-picture thinking, Craig went on to co-found Def Jam Recordings, setting the stage for a music revolution. But Craig wasn't just building a label, he was building a cultural icon that would shape fashion, lifestyle, and social awareness. Def Jam wasn't just about music, it was about creating a legacy, a space where groundbreaking artists like Run DMC, LL Cool J, and Public Enemy could thrive and redefine what music could be. Thanks to Craig's vision, Def Jam became a powerhouse in music history, and he gave the world some of the most legendary artists and moments in hip-hop.
As an executive, he really is a very artistic guy. He can make videos, he can style. So I started to branch out in the movies and the television. So then Puff wouldn't really listen to anybody but me. So my full-time job became managing Puff.
You know, Puff always asking him to do something. And Biggie didn't want to do that stuff a lot of times, but he did it anyway. You know, Puff had control over Biggie, whether people want to believe it or not. And of course, Big found out, later on.
He said his heart was at like 25% on operation, functioning. That's what I heard. What do you think?
Possibly.
You think someone poor? I mean,
who wants to kill Craig Mack?
I know.
I mean, what type of threat is he posing to the world these days?
Craig didn't just produce beats and sign talent, he created a cultural movement. The beats, rhymes, and raw storytelling in hip-hop carried a realness he fiercely protected, knowing it was that authenticity that drew fans in. He had an eye for talent and a knack for pushing boundaries, creating a tidal wave of influence that defined a generation. Beyond the music, Craig saw the cultural power of fashion, launching his own Fat Farm line to bring hip-hop's urban style into the mainstream. Through his work, fans didn't just hear hip-hop, they could see, feel, and live it, resonating with its messages of resilience and rebellion. But Craig's journey was a complex one. Known for his bold personality, he crafted an image as a relentless mogul who played by his own rules. His personal life, lifestyle, and relationships often merged with his public persona, making him larger than life. He embodied both the highs and lows of fame, wealth, and the weight of cultural impact. Over time, his legacy grew into a study in contrasts, a visionary leader who championed a genre that gave voice to the unheard, but who also faced the pressures and challenges that come with being a trailblazer. His influence was undeniable, reaching beyond his immediate projects to shape pop culture and inspire social change. Craig was one of the first to see that hip-hop wasn't a fleeting trend, it was a movement capturing the pulse of youth and urban life. Under his guidance, Def Jam evolved from street corners to global stages, shaping lives worldwide and establishing hip-hop as a lasting, impactful art form. As Craig's success grew, he became a mentor and beacon of entrepreneurial spirit, encouraging others to dream big and aim high. He openly shared his struggles of breaking into a predominantly white industry as a black man with unapologetic style, showing aspiring artists and entrepreneurs that persistence could break barriers. His legacy is one of resilience, representing a time when the entertainment industry began embracing diversity and celebrating voices from all backgrounds. By investing in artists and empowering them to stay true to their voices, Craig redefined what success in music could be, leaving a lasting mark that continues to inspire.
I got with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say their names, I'm just gonna say somebody that wanted to do another album with me. So I said, cool, I gave him my price, and the price was, to me, was low. You know, and they were supposed to give me the money. And I go in the studio and I start banging out. So he came to me and was like, yo, I can only cut you a third of the money I'm supposed to give you. I said, you know what, man, I want to do these songs. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do this and that, the third, let's do it. You give me the money as we go. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a third again. I'll take a third again when we finish the actual recording of the album. Nothing happened, no money. So I stopped recording. I said, I'm not gonna be an idiot and sit here and do all this stuff for everybody, and I'm not gonna see anything from it. You know, next thing I know, money come, you know, with this bullish mafia mentality with him and his goons and all that stuff like that. You know, talking about, yo, you know, you owe us an album. And I'm like, excuse my French, but I don't owe you shit. You owe me money. You know what I'm saying? So if you can come up with the rest of the dough, then we can come up with the rest of the album. No dough, no records. That's it. I don't think you know what you mean when you're saying that, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what type of dude I am. You know what kind of muscle I got. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you need to be in the studio. So I said, all right, meet me up there at 7 o'clock. And I went and got one of my gunmen. My man, I'm not going to mention his name either. He came with me up there. Okay? And they saw him, and they fell back, because they was going to do something to me. But they didn't. So we talked about it, you know, came to definite, look, no cash, no record. I'm not gonna be sitting here going in the studio all night, every night, busting my and I ain't seeing nothing from it. And you're making me feel like, even if you did have the rest of that cash, us taking it to the next level is gonna be a problem. Because it's gonna be money problems. I can see it already. So I caught a couple of threats, a couple of, you know, passers-by in the street and everything else. I caught a couple of threats. And I was sitting there, going to pick up my sister from work. And I'm in her car, I'm driving her car to go pick her from work. And I just was sitting in the chair and I was like, God, I'm so tired of everything that's going on. I was in my sister, I called my sister, because we've known each other for so long. But I was in my sister's car, and I had a gun in my lap. And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to God, I'm like, Lord, I don't want to do this. But if it comes to getting ugly where somebody's going to be trying to kill me, I'm going to have to do something first or do something to prevent that from.
Craig's vision for hip-hop stretched far beyond just record sales. It was about authenticity, social commentary, and connecting with listeners through real, lived experiences. This shift didn't just pull in fans, it also won over critics who once questioned hip-hop's significance, ultimately recognizing it as a powerful form of cultural expression. But Craig's impact didn't stop at music and fashion. He also dove into philanthropy and activism, using his influence to champion causes he cared deeply about. Whether addressing inequality or promoting wellness and mindfulness, Craig used his platform for positive change. Known for his spiritual side, he embraced meditation and healthy living, often encouraging others to find peace and mental balance in a high-energy world. As his influence grew, Craig became a symbol of resilience and cultural reinvention. He was more than a savvy businessman. He was a cultural architect who used his brand to make powerful statements about empowerment, self-awareness, and personal growth. In many ways, he showed that you could achieve success while also seeking a meaningful, balanced life. His journey inspired others to pursue wealth and fame without losing sight of what matters most. As his empire expanded, so did the public's perception of him as a dynamic, sometimes mysterious figure in entertainment. Craig transformed himself from an ambitious entrepreneur into a cultural icon, blending luxury with hip-hop's gritty, authentic roots. His ventures pushed the boundaries of what could be done within the music industry, and beyond it. With every move, Craig's core philosophy shined through. He was all about elevating voices and cultures often overlooked by the mainstream. By building bridges for a generation, he gave countless people a voice, a platform, and a sense of belonging in a world that once felt out of reach. Craig's role grew beyond the traditional business executive. He became a guiding force for a cultural movement, showing that success could be both bold and deeply meaningful.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And you know, and it got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family.
Craig didn't just lead artists, he understood them. He connected with their backgrounds, their challenges, and the social landscapes they emerged from, often sharing common ground. His relationships with the artists on his label were deeper than contracts. They were built on a shared vision of what hip-hop could become and the impact it could have. Craig's unique leadership style mixed empathy with ambition, fostering loyalty and respect across the industry. By the 1990s and early 2000s, Craig had solidified his place in entertainment, branching out into TV, documentaries, and even digital media. Through these projects, he brought the real stories behind hip-hop's glamour to the forefront, challenging stereotypes and reshaping perceptions. He became a bridge for audiences who may have once misunderstood hip-hop, helping them see its true depth and cultural significance. As a seasoned industry figure, Craig inspired other executives and creators to think big and take risks, blending art with business in a way that showed these two worlds could thrive together. His ventures embodied a spirit of creative freedom, an encouragement to express, explore, and break down social barriers. But his journey wasn't without its challenges and critics. With fame came scrutiny, and people began questioning his methods and motivations. As his influence grew, so did the public's expectations. Fans wanted to understand not just his projects, but also who he was, what he stood for, and the legacy he would leave behind. Craig's life became a balancing act between the power to shape culture and the responsibility to uphold the ideals he promoted. As he expanded his influence, Craig also delved into wellness and spirituality, embracing practices like meditation, yoga, and veganism. He spoke openly about the value of inner peace, sharing that true success wasn't just financial, but also came from a balanced and meaningful life. Through his journey, he showed that personal growth and mindfulness could coexist with ambition and cultural impact.
To a CNN exclusive, the Department of Justice may be taking steps to indict music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Two sources close to the investigation tell us that a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy's accusers. Since November, Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 of them directly accusing him of sexual assault.
These guys have organized a mass organized effort to slander my name behind the scenes. So every time I say something, you're just seeing my part because their part is behind the scene. But I want you to know I'm up for it. I'm up for it. I'm anointed for it. I'm anointed to dethrone evil. I want you to know that.
Craig's approach struck a chord with many fans who admired him not only as a savvy businessman, but also as someone advocating for a healthier lifestyle. He sought to blend his growing spirituality with his brand, creating a unique mix of hip-hop culture and wellness. By founding organizations and initiatives that promoted well-being, he viewed his influence as an opportunity to spread positivity. His dedication to yoga became a signature part of his identity, transforming him into a rare figure in entertainment, someone who celebrated both material success and spiritual fulfillment. For Craig, these pursuits were more than just hobbies. They became integral to his public persona, allowing him to share messages of peace and self-awareness. His advocacy for wellness reached far beyond his immediate circle, inspiring fans to consider the importance of mental and physical health in a world often driven by hustle and ambition. He encouraged people to slow down, find moments of calm amid life's demands, and seek balance in ways that complemented their goals. This commitment to wellness added a new layer to his legacy, showing that it's possible to thrive in high-pressure industries while remaining grounded. However, as Craig's career flourished, his personal life and choices often faced scrutiny from the media. Fans and critics alike were captivated by the contrast between the ambitious mogul who helped define a genre and the serene advocate for inner peace and balance. Some saw this blend of intensity and calm as contradictory, while others viewed it as the natural evolution of a man who had achieved so much and was now searching for something beyond wealth and recognition. This duality between the ambitious executive and the spiritual seeker fascinated those who followed Craig's career closely. He represented an intersection of seemingly opposing worlds, moving effortlessly between them and building a narrative that embraced both success and introspection. As he delved deeper into his wellness initiatives, Craig continued to challenge perceptions, pushing the boundaries of what a hip-hop mogul could represent. He inspired others to realize that there is more to life than just climbing the ladder of fame and fortune. Craig became known for his ability to bridge vastly different worlds, merging his hip-hop roots with a commitment to a balanced, introspective lifestyle. This unique perspective allowed him to connect with a broader audience and expand the reach of his work during a time when the entertainment industry often glorified a fast-paced lifestyle. He offered an alternative path that emphasized achievement alongside well-being. For many, watching his journey, he embodied a modern approach to success, one that integrated personal growth, spirituality, and philanthropy with material accomplishments. At the height of his career, Craig launched several initiatives aimed at giving back to communities and promoting social awareness. He used his platform to discuss important topics like racial equality, justice reform, and personal empowerment, viewing himself as more than just an entertainment figure. He saw himself as a catalyst for positive social change. His ventures aimed at making a difference extended his influence beyond business, engaging in broader societal conversations. Craig became a frequent guest at events focused on social issues, sharing his insights on the challenges facing marginalized communities and the need for resources and opportunities to uplift others. His approach to philanthropy and advocacy was deeply rooted in his own experiences, shaped by the environments he navigated growing up and the systemic barriers he witnessed. He openly shared the obstacles he faced early in his career, hoping to inspire others to overcome their own challenges. This authenticity and relatability made him a compelling figure for fans who admired his rise and appreciated his willingness to address difficult subjects. His influence also expanded internationally, as his message of mindfulness and personal empowerment resonated with audiences worldwide. Craig's events, talks, and public appearances attracted large crowds eager to learn from someone who seemed to have mastered both the business and spiritual realms. He became a global advocate for wellness and success, representing a path that valued ambition and compassion. His work suggested that achieving one's goals didn't have to come at the expense of values or personal well-being, a perspective that resonated widely in a culture often obsessed with winning at all costs. As he continued to navigate the complexities of fame, Craig's dual role as a businessman and spiritual advocate brought both praise and criticism. Fans admired his commitment to wellness, viewing it as a refreshing addition to his public persona, while others questioned whether such a blend was truly achievable in the competitive entertainment world. Nevertheless, Craig remained steadfast.